Yo, what's the deal, fam? In the comment section, tell me what is your favorite line or bar from Nas and Hit Boy's Speechless?
Hey, yo, Eeze.
All right, let's talk Nas and Hit Boy's Speechless track 1 on Magic. The first thing that comes to mind is that guitar sound, the lead sound. Sound like it's drowned in reverb from an effects pedal in a good way. Every time I listen to that track, I always envision it being like an overture, which is the opening music to a movie without any dialogue. You can see B-roll or montage, and that particular music or instrumental is playing in the backdrop. Something about it is very gritty, but it's plush at the same time. Fire. Let's talk the drums. Hit Boy did his thing. He got that bounce. It feels as though the drums, everything is pinned at 0, coming directly at you. I could be wrong, but that's the feeling that it gives. Punchy kick, rim shot, which is like a snare that's hit with the side of the stick. Some hint of reverb on there. A little bit of clap. I could be wrong. Maybe that's the reverb I'm hearing. Another element many people don't talk about is the hi-hats. Very crispy. In particular, the open hi-hat. Very clean. It's the subtleties, the simple things that make a track really stand out. Hit Boy's use of drops, which is like taking elements in and out, is pretty much perfect on this track. It can make a track sound much more complex than it really is when you have minimal elements. If you take like a bass line out and let the drums just rock out with the sample, then you bring it back in and take out the hi-hats. Those are drops, and if you listen to this track, there's a lot of that, making the track seem much more complex than it really is. And this is like a tool you could use for producers who have a tendency to overproduce. Just work on drops. It's all in your ear. Music starts with hearing. That bass line during the verse parts is much more felt more than heard, but during the switch up on the hook, it goes from a supporting factor to the main feature with the bounce. But whether the verse or the chorus, the bass is always present. Always present. Doesn't feel like it has a dull moment. It lays the foundation throughout the entire track. Now, I just mentioned the switch up, right, on the bass line. And when you match that, merge it with the drum switch up, and then Nas's flow on the chorus, perfection personified. Everyone I know that heard that track went crazy on that switch up. And here's the thing, it's track number 1. Speechless set the tone. It set the tone. All right, also during the chorus, there's a lead sound. Early on, I spoke about a guitar sound, but this is like a lead sound from a keyboard or a VST, like the top line melody. It's very infectious. And when you just put all that together, like I mentioned previously, the bass line, drum switch up, Nas flow on the chorus, and that top line melody from the keyboard module or VST, it brings a different energy to the track. Speechless keeps moving, whether it's from drops, whether it's from a switch up, whether it's Nas flow, you never get bored with this track, ever. And as we all know, Nas is blacking on this lyrically. So many lines. But it always takes me back to the Stillmatic intro, like when you press play. The first thing that came to mind was like, oh, this is different. He's locked in. And Speechless brings that same energy. I'm not saying it's better than Stillmatic intro. What I'm saying is that when you press play, you knew that this album, this project was gonna be different. Because right away you knew an elite lyricist was locked in.
Dope dealers, street hustlers, pop cases, throw dice on pavement.
Let's give a round of applause to Hit Boy, man. That's production. That is production. Nas is in his pocket in the verse, and just a little subtle change with a preset sound allowed him to switch up the flow. And it sounds like 2 different lanes, but it's married perfectly, man. Like, that is production, man. For all you cats out there, I'm gonna keep stating this, that wants Nas to go backwards. No, he's found a producer that aligns with his vision, his thoughts, and where he wants to take his art. And this song, Speechless, right here, is the perfect example of that. That is production. 4-bar loops are cool, but that's production. Knowing when to get out of pocket, when to add new sounds, when to put a drop in there, that's A1 right there. Shout out to Hit Boy.
Heaven on earth, this shit is magic with no fairy dust.
Hold up. This is just magic without no fairy dust. First of all, magic. Opening track, the intro, pure, unadulterated mature rhymes with no cut, getting straight to the point. Perfect way to start the album.
The only thing undefeated is time. The second is the internet. Number 3 is this rhyme. Before
The only thing undefeated is time, which you all know. Can't get it back. The internet, a lot of gossip, comments, and can slander and ruin people's careers. And this rhyme, this is him talking his talk. His pen is that powerful that it's just as it can stand in the same room with time, the internet.
with slow run beats, cheating the grind, dog.
A slow run beats cheating the grind. I think that's a lesson to all of us. It's the beginning of 2022. We all got our resolutions or aspirations. Take your time. Don't cut corners. This is a man that's heard it all. So many different narratives. But if you really think about it, who's really outworked him? The man got 14 albums solo, one group album, shot over 50 videos, almost 80 singles. How many collaborative albums does he have? He has about, 5 compilation albums? That's work.
Pick her down on his luck, rapper Betty Broker, the arrogant.
Think about that. A killer who uses a gun to hate on a knife swinger, right? That's like you hate a person so much to where you have more power and yet you're swinging down. You got the gun. Why you worried about me if I got the knife? This is wisdom, man. Wisdom.
Spread your bets out.
That's what I love about Nas. He can talk about all these things, give you the stories of the negative energy that's always dispersed on a daily basis, but he always give you an option or presents an option to where you could try something different to be uplifting and enlightening. You know what I'm saying? That's what mature rap is all about. When I went back to Magic in the first line, when he was stating how this is magic, no fairy dust. This is pure. This is real. This is not a facade. We rapping, but we're in the vein of reality.
Comfortably, I must be insane, giving you bars, running companies.
Stop complaining, stop hating, stop being ungrateful, and respect the God MC, because I don't have to do this, but yet I still find time to release music because I love y'all that much. What more could you ask for? Let's keep it going.
Just like when the judge read the sentence, threw your life away in minutes.
The bounce back is the greatest feeling when they thought that she was finished. That's Nas' career in a nutshell. Whenever they try to box him in, he always comes back with the vengeance, man. Like, this is the perfect intro track. This may be his best intro track since Stillmatic intro. And he has a lot of classic intro tracks, but he just set the tone perfectly, him and Hit Boy.
Hey, yo, Eeze.